Nehemiah was given a big job to do. He had to go back to Jerusalem and rebuild the walls. And as he did this job, he was attacked on every side. And if you've read this story before, you know about how guys like Sanballat and other local people who were anti-Israel were attacking him and trying to trick him and saying discouraging things and threatening him. But if you read Nehemiah 4 in verse 10, it says, "The men of Judah said," now Judah is the strongest tribe out of the 12. Kings came from Judah. The Messiah is going to come from Judah. So this is a group of individuals that Nehemiah is depending on for strength and for encouragement. And out of Judah comes a discouraging comment. It says, "The workers are tired. We can't do it. And the rubbish is too much." And Nehemiah doesn't directly address what the men of Judah say, but today I want to talk to you about it because sometimes our most painful attacks come from the people we lean on the most. You know, if you're a Republican, you almost don't care what those Democrats say about you. But if your best friend says something about you, that hurts. And Nehemiah was hit with this discouraging message from the men of Judah who said, the people are tired and the rubbish is too much. You see, what they had to do was build up the walls. And to build the walls, they had to clear away the rubbish. Now, it's exciting and inspiring for us to build up something, to create something, to say, look what I did. But it's not as exciting or cool to clean up the trash. If you've ever been on a mission trip to Appalachia or somewhere in Central America and you've been given the job of cleaning up the trash, it's just not as cool as putting blocks on the wall. But to be able to reach the foundation, we've got to move the trash. If we leave the rubble and build on it, the walls will fall. I think this is what Jesus was talking about when he told the story about the wise man built his house upon the rock and the foolish man built his house upon the sand. And the way Jesus tells this story, he makes it sound like these houses are very close to each other and look very similar. So how did the wise man get to the rock? Did he just build on a rock? Or did he have to dig down and find that foundation? If you've ever done anything with a house, you know that people are always digging down to lay the foundation. So I think the wise man had to dig through the sand to find the rock. He had to clear the rubbish, the trash, before he found the rock and was able to build on it, while the foolish man just kind of smoothed out the sand, leveled it up, and started building right on it. See, the foolish man didn't move away the trash, and the wise man did. Right now, God is building you up. He wants to build you into a fearless man like Nehemiah, who when he's hit with all of the discouragement and the threats, he tells the people, remember the Lord. Don't think about what they're saying. Our God is awesome and great. Now fight for your brothers and your wives and your children. You see, Nehemiah captures an amazing principle of how to deal with the discouragement. He says, don't focus on the problems or the people or the rubbish. Remember the Lord. And then act, fight, build, not for yourself, but for the people that you love. And the way for you to step into that fearlessness of Nehemiah, or that courage of Esther, or that bravery of Paul or Peter, it's to let God help you clear away the trash in your life. Many times when we look at the trash, we look at outward behavior, we look at addictions, we look at bad things that we're doing, but our actions are always a result of our inner beliefs. And that's why Jesus said, clean the inside of the cup before you clean the outside. So today I want to encourage you to ask God, what is the rubbish that is deep in your heart? What are the lies that you believe about yourself or about God? What are the things that are holding you back from stepping into the destiny that God has made for you? You see, God created you to be a certain type of person. And you have to clear the rubbish out to be that man of God, to be that woman of God. And the cool thing about this story in Nehemiah 4 is how much Nehemiah focuses on God. He gets angry at his enemies, so he takes his anger to God. He gets discouraged with his friends, and he takes that to God. He's constantly saying, look up, remember this. It's like Nehemiah is saying, God's got this. He's amazing and powerful. Let's keep working for each other. So today, clean out the rubbish in your life because God is good. Because you love the people around you. I believe the storm is coming. And if we clean out the rubbish, not focusing on perfectionism, but asking God, what do you need me to do or say or believe? How can I clean the rubbish out in my life? If you ask God, he'll tell you. And when the storm comes, if we've cleaned out all the rubbish and the sand, our building will stand. I'm not talking about a financial building or a happiness building. I'm talking about a building of faith in God. That though the heavens may fall, God's people will stand in faith because they know that he is good and that he's got this. If you want to share some things that God's doing in your life, put them in the comments below. Subscribe to this YouTube channel and share this video with someone who needs some encouragement today. Because no matter what we're going through, God is good and he loves you very much. God bless.